Hey guys, we just got back from Ready or Not, which is a thriller slash, crazy suspense movie. Where, what a weird opening, because it came out on a Tuesday. Normally these things come out on Friday. I think it's in wide release. We had our choice between this or Angel is Fallen. This is kind of one of those weeks that were kind of like a dead week, like I was searching for something, like what do we see? And since I lean towards liking horror movies and suspenseful movies, I thought we'd see this one. If you haven't seen the trailers for this one, good, because it ruins the film. But if you have seen the trailer, it's basically about a couple that gets married. The husband is a part of this empire of board games. I love board games, right? And she marries into this rich-ass family, but they have a tradition. At midnight, every night, they must play a board game, and it turns out that this board game is hide and seek, or not board game, but game, in which they try to literally murder her before dawn, or something bad will happen. And so the film kind of hangs around this idea of, is she going to get it out? Why the hell are these people doing this? What the hell is going on? Why has logic been thrown out the fucking window? Because I cannot tell you guys how I feel about this movie.
Spoilers.
No spoilers. We're gonna have a spoiler section for it. But so be very careful. I hated the first half of the movie, maybe even more than the first half of the movie. The act 1 and 2. The dialogue is so bad. The comedic timing is awful. Even the dramatic moments are awful. But I fucking love the ending. So I have no idea where. It was one of those movies where I was like, I hate this thing. I'm out of it. And then this ending happens, and the third act it starts to ramp up, and I was like, okay. And I was kind of happy, and I was entertained, and I was like, whoa, this film, did it. And it sort of did it for me.
I enjoyed it. The first half, it did not take me out. Yes, there were some slow parts, and some of the dialogue was cheesy, but I'm used to it.
So you liked the first half?
I didn't mind
and the second half, and the last half.
Yes, it just kept, for me, obviously, just kept escalating, and I really enjoyed this.
I don't know
why,
what movie he
Joe?
was watching. I don't get it.
And okay, so here's what I'm thinking.
Is
that after seeing the ending, that all of that cheesy logic, no fucking logic, and terrible dialogue was all done on purpose,
No.
Alex?
No. We were not getting next leveled, set up. If someone has the skill to write something like that, they would have sprinkled some hints that there was actually truly genius. Instead, it was ham-fisted dialogue. There was only 2 believable actors in this whole fucking movie. Adam
Brody,
who was amazing, and then the lead actress, who were amazing. Both of them were absolutely fantastic. Everyone else just fumbled through lines.
This lead actress who looks like... I'm going to say it.
She
looked like a rip-off Margot Robbie.
I thought it was at
I thought it was Margot Robbie, and it wasn't. Yeah. And I was like, I can't be the only one. And I think they did that shit on purpose. No disrespect to the actress, because she does a good job.
She kills it, and she's just a very good-looking girl.
Yeah.
So, yes. This was a brilliant idea. I was the target for this movie, right? I love comedies,
I thought
thrillers.
It was fucking stupid.
Well, I think
No,
the idea of marrying into the family, and they have this weird game, and rich people do weird shit, eyes wide shut.
Yes,
there could have been really cool stuff to do with it.
Yes, that I liked.
So that's the concept of the movie.
Execution.
Oh, terrible! But I liked the concept, but they just did it so poorly. It was like written by a talented 7th grader, sort of.
You gonna let him talk shit? Get him. Get him, Joe.
They fumbled through lines, and then they set things up so there was a couple people die in this movie. It's not a spoiler. It's in the goddamn trailer. And they die in so stupid and meaningless ways.
I thought it was funny the way he did.
How many times out loud did he say that's fucking
stupid?
Well,
and I didn't care if anybody heard me.
Yeah. There were people in the theaters laughing at lines that weren't comedic lines, but the lines were delivered or were so stupid that they were laughing at them.
Well, I think that's just because we had a giggly audience. Even in the beginning, when they were telling the jokes that weren't landing for us, they were giggling. They weren't even landing for Joe. Joe wasn't giggling, at least initially. But here's the thing. I like the concept, too, where it's like, okay, it's hide and seek. It's, find this girl and kill her. This family's crazy. They're rich people. Rich people are fucking crazy or something, is what the film is trying to say. And family will make you do crazy things, right?
That's true.
and it's true. I like sort of that message, but and that is in the film. But the way it was executed, here's the thing: I can have a certain amount of suspension of disbelief, but this film totally breaks it time and time again. When she could do this or that. It makes no fucking sense, Joe.
Okay,
period.
obviously, I went into the movie. It's like, yes, throw that out the window because you're going to go see a movie about hide and seek when you're going to go kill somebody.
Well, it's not a movie. It's not a movie about hide and seek.
I knew you were gonna say that. God damn it! And I know the comments are saying that, and I know people like you. That's the first thing you say, but you don't bother to go fucking deeper. That's not the problem. The problem isn't that concept. I'm on board. Me and Alex are on board for that shit. It is the execution of that concept. So the first time she has an opportunity to run away, what does she do? It's stupid. This family has many different games that they play, and sometimes they play fucking chess, sometimes they play fucking checkers, and sometimes they fucking murder people. That is stupid. And it's only ever happened one time. And yet everybody's on board as if they are in a fucking cult, like they're devoted, even though these people they don't live in the same house. They don't some people are kind of estranged from the family who show up at the last minute, and they're just as excited. It's almost like they know what game is going to be played, even though they don't know what game is going to be played. And there's just so many contrivances and genre tropes and terrible dialogue, which is why I thought... And I'm telling Alex, and I'm on your side, Joe. I'm telling Alex now, here's where I'm flipping, that it was done on purpose.
That's what I was thinking, because it was there were some things that just kind of threw me out.
But here's the thing. So if they're trying to fool the audience for the first and second half for an epic third act, why couldn't they fool us better? Like, why couldn't that first and second act be executed better? Like, the jokes executed better, the logic executed better, certain things that they could have done.
I was even, so you listed off a bunch of things that were stupid. I was willing to buy the stupid aspects where it's like, character showing up, her not running away. It's a horror film. She's not supposed to run away. They're going to run upstairs. She's going to corner herself because that's what happens. I will buy that. I could not buy people who are actors. Like Andie MacDonald is in this movie. She's been in a bunch of stuff that I've really liked, and her lines were garbage. She would just stare at a character and like be serious, and all of a sudden like just be like staring off into space for no reason.
Which one?
She was the mother.
Okay.
And then so she's shown us that she can act.
Yeah.
And the lines that they gave her were so bad.
The dialogue.
And so it's like, I don't buy that. And I will buy that the story is stupid. I've seen stupider movies. It's just the comedy was bad and the lines were bad, and that is unforgivable.
Yeah. Okay, there's a certain point in this movie where, the game is underway. She's running, and she, gets close to escaping, and she goes through, 3-act structure. She's at the lowest of low. Yeah. And now it's time to go into that third act. And from then on, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this movie a chance because it was kind of cool, and some of the jokes started to hit later on. When they do the jokes that this is fucking absurd, and I'm just gonna say what is on the top of my mind right now, right? It doesn't feel stilted. It doesn't feel like written dialogue when the actors are almost probably just playing off. Maybe they did just do some playing off, and that's what's in the film that I liked. That's when I really enjoyed it. And then that ending comes into play, and I was like, yes!
Masterpiece.
Yes! Masterpiece! It clicks! So I can't wait to talk to you in spoiler section. But here's the thing. It's very tough for me to recommend, because it's such a poor setup and execution, but then it's like, was it done on purpose? That's all I have to say.
I would say go watch this. I had a good time watching this. I love the actors.
I felt like they were all
and Adam. Yeah. Those were obviously the best ones. The other ones, they're just like throwaways. They're just like little.
The problem is they're in the movie 90% of the time is the other characters, and
Yeah.
so it's hard to it's these other characters talking to them or just interacting. So you're like, I just don't care about you. Go
The
back to the good
logic
ones.
is so stupid. This family
And
is
there's
trying to kill this lady. There's only one lady. They could have easily fucking killed her in multiple times, and yet they're so impressed to do something to kill her, and they are like frantic about wanting to kill her because like they know they're like, okay, you know, and they do stupid ass shit and they sit around, and then later on in the film they're teleporting from one location to the next. And
I-
they're
There's
like,
also
no.
there's
Yeah,
10
I had a
minutes of
problem with
like
that.
weird gore in like hostile style gore that like shows up in this
yes.
film that's like out of left fucking field where characters are missing like body parts start flying off like
Made
like
me wince.
yeah, there's times where
Wasn't that bad. We saw Midsommar. It was not as bad as Midsommar.
the tone
but I guess you didn't expect it. With
yeah,
the
like
tone.
there's Midsummer
two
set it up and it was
Okay.
it was purposeful.
There's two directors here. Maybe that's part of the problem.
Are they both first time? And
I have no
I don't
idea,
know.
but the movie does kind of, you know, to people who don't get it, it looks like there is two different tones here. But I'm wondering if that was done on purpose. They kind of
They made a bad
executed
movie
in a
on purpose?
tropey way. It's a tropey way. The characters are characters of themselves, and then the ending hits, and you're like, okay, I think I understand.
But if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna try to fool the audience, you don't do it with dialogue. You do it with like ridiculous situations. And you can still have these actors
it had, I think.
act in like good ways. Yeah, they definitely did have ridiculous situations. I'm willing to buy those.
Right.
But there's no. I didn't feel at any point in time that they're like, oh, they were just fooling me with bad comedic timing.
Let's just talk about it in spoilers, guys. We're going to tell you, go down along the line, give it final verdicts. Joe, start us off.
I really enjoyed this movie. I would say
okay.
go check it out.
You're allowed to.
Yeah. I like the two main actors I liked were Adam and Samora. The girl. that
I've
looks
never
like-
seen this Adam guy. Is he what?
Adam Brody. You never seen him?
He was in Shazam. You like Shazam?
Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So those two, and it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you know me, I love ridiculous,
Squatch.
and that's probably why the dialogue was stupid.
Your
and
Z-grade
it's-
movies.
Yes,
Yes.
and this was probably something like that to me. And I liked the way they did the music. It's like they took something innocent, the hide and seek record, and they took it like made it kind of a.
They play some
sinister.
creepy music. Yeah.
Mhm. So 7 for me. 7, and go check it out.
Okay.
This guy.
I had a lot of problems with this movie. Like, I love the things that I did like. I love the concept. I love the two, I'm going to call them leads because they were the only people that were really acting in this film. And I like the ending because I think,
And Alex.
yeah, he wasn't a good
I
Alex.
don't know who y'all are talking about.
Oh, okay. The husband
The
character.
husband.
His name is Alex.
Oh, I thought that was his actor's name.
No, his
These
name.
are all generic ass people. I don't know a damn one of
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
except for that guy who almost played Flash in the Justice League when it was called Justice League Mortal, and then he was in Shazam.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So there were things about this movie that I did like, but there was the execution of this was, in my opinion, so poor that it took something that I really wanted to see fleshed out. Like when the first time we saw this trailer, I was like, man, I really want to see how they do this film, and I think they did such a poor job. It almost hurts me because it's going to be years before someone can like remake this or do a series or do something like that.
But did you like the ending?
I like parts of the ending. There was things where it was ramping up where the bride finally it clicks and she's like, look, I'm gonna fight back. And they started, and then it went nowhere, and then it went nowhere.
Yeah.
And I wanted her to have that moment because you ever watch Gremlins where Gizmo he makes his own little Rambo thing. It's like I wanted that, but
they kind of do that, but it's so
they,
subtle.
they
and-
start and then it just goes nowhere. It's
Right.
like, oh, they're gonna do something that I love, and then they did nothing with it. So I think that this movie, on concept alone, is average-ish, and so I don't know. I wouldn't recommend this movie. I think this movie's a 5.
Oh, okay. Well, I disagree with you that they don't do that moment because she does kick some fucking ass herself too when she realizes there's no fucking way out. So you're gonna get some of that action. It's like what the hell happens at the end. Stick around for the spoilers.
Yep.
I was out loud looking over at Joe like, what the fuck? Are you serious? This is the stupidest shit ever. And I did that at least
what I
2
like,
times,
yeah.
maybe 3, keeping it to myself. And Joe apparently the whole time was like, I like this. But I did not, because I think they could have executed that airtight in Act 1 and 2 and fooled the audience better, or not necessarily fool, because it's not like this super surprise that I'm talking about that subverts everything. It just is a good ending, and I wanted the film to be good in Act 1 and 2 and executed a little bit better, because I do think the film has one of the best third acts within this sort of, within its concept and within its genre, and I respect it for what it does. So if I hate Act 1 and 2 and I love Act 3, I hate and I love it seems like I should rate it halfway, like a 5 out of 10, because it gets half of the things, or it gets less than half of the things right. But
I mean, if the ending is so good,
is so good, and I think it gives context to the rest of the film. And
Yeah,
honestly,
that's
you
what-
don't think it was done on purpose, but I'm gonna make a decision. I think it was done on purpose. I just don't respect it, and I wish that they would have executed it a little bit better, instead of the cheesy caricatures that have very shitty dialogue that like aren't real characters, and nobody really goes through a character arc. I mean, yes, actually there is 1 or 2 character arcs,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna fuck.
What are you gonna do?
This has to be one of the toughest ones. I'm going to
Join
go
me.
6 out of 10
Join me.
with a badass seal of approval. This is the kind of
What?
film that this is made for, where it's like, I know it's not a very good film, but I like it. You know what I mean? And I
type of
recommend
film.
that you see it for the ending, right? Because in this film, I'm like, what the fuck? And I get the answer, right? But so many films, I go, what the fuck? And I get no answer, or I get the answer that's like, we suck.
Yeah.
That's why, what the fuck. But here, there is an actual answer for what the fuck. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to know, it's going to be in our spoiler section. Thank you so much, but I recommend don't ruin it for yourself. Go and watch the movie.
don't watch the trailer.
This guy says don't watch the movie and don't watch the trailer. Also, don't watch the trailer. If you
No,
can.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't recommend this to people. This is one of those things that I think that people will, like it or not like it. And I'm not saying that these people are wrong or that I am wrong.
Yeah, and
It's
my
just like-
rating is both.
Yeah.
From a critic side, it's like, oh, there was so many things that weren't executed well until the last one. But then the fan side of me is like, I love a film like this. Yeah, badass seal of approval, 6 out of 10. It has flaws.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Hey guys, welcome to the spoiler section. Okay, I'm warning you, if you're watching this video, and I know it's like kind of an indie film, it's Fox Searchlight,
It's Searchlight, yeah.
so maybe some of you will have to search it out. Do not watch this section.
Well,
if
the
you have
trailer gives-
any interest in this film at all, do not watch this section, okay? Go out and watch it. Me and Joe recommended to you. Alex says there's probably flaws that you might have a risk of wasting your money.
Yes.
I don't think it's a waste of money because of the ending. So, what do we want to get into and spoil first? Do we want to jump right into it?
Sure, I liked Adam's character's arc. Like, he's seen this done time and time before, even when he was
Once.
a little kid.
So when
Well,
he was
I
a
guess
little kid,
once he was protecting his brother Alex.
he was hid.
He hit his
He
brother.
hit Alex.
Oh,
because he didn't want him to
I
see
thought
it.
those characters were,
No.
because I went to go buy a shirt.
Yeah.
And so, but it was like I was gone for like 5 minutes. But the flashback scene is they're little
first
kids.
time it
The
happened.
first time they're doing the hide and seek game where they actually have to do hunt the person
Yeah.
is that he puts his brother into a grandfather clock or whatever so that he doesn't have to see them murder an actual person.
Yes.
And you're saying that was the husband of our
the
character.
aunt, the crazy aunt.
the husband of the crazy aunt, not of our
the
bride.
husband of the crazy aunt was murdered. That was the guy who was shot with the arrows.
Yep.
But the husband of the main character was the one that was put in the armoire.
God damn it, Joe.
Yeah,
You
Joe.
can't follow
sorry.
my lead. All right, anyways. So the bride is with this guy, and eventually she's hiding, playing the game along. She's like, fuck this. Like, it's my wedding night, and I'm sitting here, what'd you do for your wedding night? Oh,
Well, yeah, because you don't
and I'm
expect
inside
something
of
like
a
that.
dumb
Come on.
waiter,
Yeah.
which is, that system that they put, laundry and stuff down. And she's like, fuck this. So I'm going to get out. So she gets out. And then her husband immediately grabs her, and she's like scared, but they hide behind the bed. And right then, one of the maids who was taking care of the children, keeping the children out of this secret room where they've got to play this game, and it's very ominous. But it turns out to be, this little box where she could choose. I mean, it's just complete random. It could be chess, checkers. That annoyed me so much. It's like, why?
possessed.
the
Well,
fuck?
it's a possessed box, so they put in a
possessed.
blank card, and then out pops a card with. So the devil is writing
Sure.
what game to play.
I know, but it's just annoying.
The devil.
And but I hate it because that means the devil's like, play chess, and then they're sitting there. You play out these scenarios where they play fucking chess and it's stupid as shit, or they play checkers and it's stupid as shit. And what was the other one? Go fish.
Old maid.
Old
Old maid. I'm
Old
like,
maid.
are you serious? The devil would be like, go fucking play old maid.
He didn't want anything
bullshit.
then.
Well,
He
the
didn't
interest-
want-
No, but you don't know any of this. You just think it's like a mechanism, and you think it's just random, right?
Yeah.
So it comes out, it's hide and seek. Anyway, husband grabs her, says, hide. And this coked out bitch who is a fuck up the whole film
The younger sister.
kills one of the maids with her fucking gun. Just shoots her in the head, very bloody, falls down. And here's the first fucked up thing where I was like, oh, here we go. Not only did I hate this sort of, random selection, but she doesn't immediately scream or go, oh my God. And you don't know what happens. She gets shot. It's not like she knows.
She doesn't know she's being hunted
That the
yet.
party is hunting with weapons. She's just shot out of nowhere, falls to the ground, and is bleeding. And she's looking, and she doesn't go, or oh my God. She covers her own mouth as if she already knows that she's in the fucking game and she's being hunted. But that's not fucking true. Yes, her husband comes to her first and says, shh, come with him. But no. When you see somebody fucking shot in the head and a chunk of their fucking brain comes out, then you're going to be like, what the fuck? Right? But she's dead quiet, which is the first fuck up. Maybe you could say, oh, she was traumatized. And the family leaves. And so that we continue.
So they leave, they run away, and then like maids just start dying because it's funny or something. It's just like Wheeler's like, whoa.
More maids are dying.
Yeah, it's like the
They're
first
dropping like flies, and I really
Only
and
the
I found
maids-
that
Fucked up.
funny.
It's
Only the maids are
coked out
dying.
bitch. She
Yeah.
kills another goddamn maid.
Yeah, because she's fucking crazy, and I thought that was funny. I liked it.
It's repetitive.
It's like the kind of thing that's funny in a Saturday morning cartoon, but I'm a grown ass man, so it's just like not funny anymore. It's like I wanted more from the
Where's
writing.
your childhood glee?
But it was
Alex.
different.
Do you think that
That's-
it was like well written? It's just like, oh,
No.
we hand the coked out idiot a crossbow, and she
No.
goes, ugh, and she
Like,
accidentally
how-
shoots
it's
another
like, How do
maid.
you use this?
And she
Yeah.
fucks up again and kills another fucking maid.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
like the different types of.
So
death.
they're
then
going through the servants' quarters in the fucking walls, and they're running around, and he's like, well, my family. And then another fucking logic thing. If you really love this girl, why the fuck did you take her at all? Why did you marry her?
Because he
at all?
knows the devil exists.
You don't even need to fucking take her there.
because he
Well,
still believes
they'll-
that they were gonna die.
All right, here we go. Let's just spoil it since Alex
Well-
fucking spoiled it. The end.
Spoilers.
No, that's it's at this
I know,
point-
but we're going in a
Oh,
progression.
I
No,
know.
the devil is fucking real.
We
At
knew-
the end of the goddamn film, it's like, why? I kept
not at
telling
the
Joe,
end.
I said, why the fuck are all these people wanting to kill her? Oh my God, if we don't kill her, we're dead. It's like, why? There's no proof that you're gonna die.
No, right after that scene, the dad says, "No, all of these other people fucking died, like burst into flames randomly. Like they know the devil exists. It wasn't.
You're wrong. It was a house fire.
But that's
so
what they
want
you to believe,
right? But that's what he says. Well, that's what they want you to believe. But no, they fucking die. But he doesn't outright say it.
Well, he does, and then he says, "Remember that so."
But the other people don't fucking believe it. But he believes it. But I don't know, maybe
and that's
not.
why I liked it. I was like, is it true? I was in my head. I was like,
but it was true because they did know.
It is fucking true. Okay, they keep putting the box in front of an empty chair, and they're like, Mr. Something. We played by the rules, and we're so sorry. They don't kill her by dawn, which is an arbitrary thing that they kind of make up, which is another logic thing. It's like hide and seek, and he's trying to tell her the rules, and he doesn't even really know the rules. He's like, well, she's like, how do I win? And he's like, oh, well, I guess if you survive till dawn. But he says it in a way like he doesn't fucking know. But then later on in the film, that's the set rule. And if he doesn't fucking kill her by dawn, then he explodes. Right? And so they all fucking spontaneous. It's like, I was like, what are they going to do, Joe? Explode? And I said this about halfway in the film, thinking how fucking ridiculous this movie is being. Are they just going to fucking explode? I said, at the end of the film, they start fucking exploding.
But before that, you don't know if it's true or not, though. The old lady, like, rips open the curtain. You see the sunlight. Everyone's like vampires. It's like, oh, we're good. I guess we were wrong.
Except for she and the father both know that it's true.
And then I thought it was going to go in a very interesting way, where it's like, oh, shit, now we have to deal with the fact that we have fucking murdered everybody.
Yeah.
And we got to deal with that. There's a couple with children that has been participating. There's the aunt. Her whole life is devoted to this. And it's like, what the fuck? But then the aunt's like, no, I'm going to fucking kill her anyway. She's got to die. She runs over with the axe, and then she fucking explodes, and brain matter goes all over the girl, the bride.
I thought somebody came in and, like, shot him.
Right.
Well, yeah, she just, it was like a water balloon popping. It was just like, bleh.
Yeah,
right,
like,
and everybody starts blah, 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 and they're running, and then you see off screen blah, and it's just was hilarious, and she gets doused in this, and it turns into a trauma film, and that's when I fucking loved it. I was like, holy shit, it was real. There is the fucking devil. There is a fucking, Satan and shit, and it's like this guy who's sitting in this empty chair, and at the very fucking end, when she's like, she starts laughing about it. It makes me laugh. She's like him.
She's gone crazy.
She's gone crazy, but she's like, it's the burst of emotion, Joe. It was so real and so nice and so cool and a unique thing. And then finally, the flames are going crazy behind the chair. And then they flame out, and you kind of see a ghostly.
He nods. He
nods.
Tips his hat at her.
Yeah, I didn't see no hat tip. I just saw him staring at her. I don't know, like. No,
he was smiling. Yeah,
I missed it. That was so quick, Alex. I don't know how the fuck you saw that. Anyway, so this guy is real. The demons is real. They made a pact with a fucking demon in order to get their riches. Basically, the story of the film is like, if your family says it's okay, and they say this in the dialogue. This is like the only well-written part at some point, is Alex, right, who is wavering back and forth between helping out the bride or being with the family, says,
when was he wavering though? There was not a single point in this movie where he was on his. He stares at his mother and says, "If it's between my girlfriend and you, I will fucking kill you." There is never a point in this entire movie where he's on his family's side until it's convenient for the plot for 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree with you, and I got the name wrong. So that's Alex. Who's the other guy?
I don't remember. Daniel. Yeah, Daniel's
so
great.
what I mean is Daniel. Daniel is wavering back and forth, and he helps her at one point, gives her a head start, finds her in a room, is like, I'm going to count to 10, and I can never say. He's like, 1, 1.5.
Yeah.
He doesn't fucking care. But then later on, when he figures out, his son has shot her, and tried to participate, and you think, okay, he's got to be a part of the family now. Right, and they have this butler character where she finally gets out of the house. She's running in the forest. Like, this bitch is gone. Why did she not continue to fucking run?
Because of the plot.
Yeah. I know. And that's the stuff that pisses me off in the first and second act. And Butler fucking gets her. Well, not before she gets to the fence and she like fucking cuts
That's
herself.
the
to get
one
past
where
it.
The
I was
hand
like, oh my
scene
God,
is
the hand
fucked,
scene,
though.
That one's fucked up.
the little-
And the gate.
Well,
Both
she
of those
like
for me.
she gets her hand like a hole blown in her hand. Some little kid shoots her in the hand,
Right,
and she's climbing up a
Daniel's
ladder.
son.
She gets thrown into this pit that's filled with sacrificed
bodies
ghost
and
carcasses
shit.
and then dead
And
family
the
members.
dead family members from 60 years ago.
Yeah, and so she's
which
in this
is
pit of
decomposing.
gore, and it's gross, and she's climbing
Bullshit.
out, and the ladder starts to break, and then
There's just a nail right here.
and then so
conveniently.
and fortunately, she's got a hole in her hand, and so she has to slam her whole hand in there and pull herself up by the.
But you see how ridiculous that is?
It
But
just- it was out
it
of
was
nowhere.
on purpose. It's on purpose, Alex, because if you look at the ending and how ridiculous it is, then you're like,
So
okay,
they acted
all
like
this-
they
it's
had-
a trauma film. It's a hidden ass trauma film. Now I'm realizing it.
So you're interpreting it for them and giving
Yep.
them the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
They acted like they don't know how to write or direct
Yep.
or edit or do anything
Those trauma
relevant.
films do not know how to act. The trauma films do not know how to write, and they don't know how to direct. But it's the creature effects, it's the ridiculousness, it's the gore, it's the cool concept.
That's why I watch B movies.
That's why Joe likes it. Joe admitted you wanted to give it an A, but you heard Alex. Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
you were worrying
No.
that I was gonna give it. It's only a 7 for you.
Yeah, I'll watch it again.
Okay, then what was wrong with it? Tell me what was
Where
wrong
do
with
we
it.
start?
I ain't
Like I
asking
said-
you. You already said.
Like I said, the beginning was not great, but it didn't take me out like it did for you.
All right.
Yeah.
So you thought it was average beginning that
Yeah.
that didn't take you out, but it was like. Ugh.
Yeah, then obviously it started picking up for me.
Okay, so it was -3 points. All right, but anyway, so the devil's real. So everybody fucking explodes, and then again at the end, she's like, lights a cigarette, and she just stands there. The house lights on fire because previously there was a fire, which by the way nobody cared about, nobody noticed, nobody heard, nobody smelled, but she accidentally, knocked
And they were
something
using
over.
oil lamps for some reason.
And so the cops come over.
Tradition.
Are you okay,
No,
man?
they were using flashlights the rest of the time.
Are you okay, man? They would have been like, get the fuck on the ground. There's like blood all over and everybody's dead but her. She's so fucked, Joe. She's going to jail. How the fuck is she going to explain that? Oh, they all tried to kill me.
The devil's on her side now.
And then they all exploded spontaneously from the devil.
Yeah, well,
She's
she's
going to jail.
no, the devil's gonna help her out. She's got $1 billion now.
No,
She'll
she'd
be
be
fine.
like-
Devil's not on her side. The devil just like, you didn't play my rules? Fuck all these people. Hey, you won? Go
No,
ahead,
I
get
think
out
they
of
would,
here.
They would kind of believe her because they'd be like, go check this over here. That thing is probably like 30, 40 years old. I'm not that old.
Oh,
Look
the
at all
bodies
those
and the
dead
bodies in the
bodies.
yeah.
I forgot about the dead
yeah,
bodies. Yeah.
they're fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, she's
These people are
fine.
crazy.
Yeah.
I fought them all. They spontaneously I killed them in defense.
It's like, I don't know
Self-defense.
what happened.
They killed each other.
They killed each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
didn't have anything
I
to
don't
do
know what
with
the
it.
fuck happened. They burned in that goddamn fire.
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't
There you
find any
go.
bones, woman. Where'd you put the
Exactly.
bones?
There you
I didn't
go.
do nothing. This film
I
is
ain't
fucking
saying
crazy.
shit.
So this butler, she has this opportunity to kill this butler at one point. She's right at the fucking door. Okay? I could have just fucking kicked that door open. It was such a piece of shit tiny door. Whatever. She can't. She uses this gun that she
Elephant gun.
found. A fucking elephant gun. I'm like, this bitch is going to fly 50
That's
feet
what I was
in the air.
expecting.
When she fires this thing was like as big as my forearm. Puts a fucking bullet in there, points it at the door, click, doesn't work.
Worst twist of the whole fucking movie, because this is when I wanted the movie to turn around, right? They're in the weapon room, the legit weapon room where they're handing everybody weapons at the start of the film. So she goes in there and grabs her own weapon. I was like, cool. This is where she turns around. She's going to start
She
hunting
doesn't
down.
go in the weapon room.
She does.
I thought
Well,
she
she
finds it
finds
in a
somewhere.
different area of the
I don't-
house. It wasn't the
I'm not
weapon
sure.
room.
I'm 100% positive she goes in the room with all the creepy pictures of the guy standing
All
over the
right.
tiger, and she grabs the elephant
Okay.
gun, and the butler says something stupid like, oh, these bullets are for display purposes only.
I
It's
think
like,
you're wrong because he does say that. He says, "You think I would be that stupid?" I think the weapon room was somewhere else, and this was a display gun that she grabbed, that she had access to. That was just
Let's watch
hanging.
it
I mean,
again.
I'm 100%
Let's
positive.
watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe it might work better. Joe.
No, it was
with
god
the full
awful.
context I might either hate it more or like it more. I'm actually kind of excited.
I would be curious to see if I want
you.
you to watch it again and just see it's like if someone was trying to triple next level you.
No, I think you're right, Alex, that I would fucking fast forward through that shit. But that's why I gave it a 6, which is below Joe.
Yeah.
Slightly above what you gave it. Anyway, she gets this gun, fires at the door, does nothing. The butler's like, ha ha. And then she fights the butler. She's, fucking burns him with hot ass water.
Yeah.
And then escapes. Her husband is helping her at this point. Turns on the camera system, tries to unlock all the doors, eventually gets the doors unlocked. But by then, shit has already gone down.
Yep.
His father comes in here, fights him, and this is storyline like, fuck you. He almost kills his father in defense of his wife. And that's the one thing that I agree with you, Alex, is like, he does this about face at the end
For no reason.
it's because he saw his mother die.
Well, I think it was because he saw his
brother
brother
die.
and his mother.
His brother
it's
and
like, you
brother.
did this. Like, you're still going to be mad. It's like, they were trying to kill you, but that's my family. So
Right.
he just
Yeah,
fucked up.
that's why I think he got flipped the switch.
Yeah.
They kept hinting that the whole time he was there because
She didn't
he
even
wanted
kill
to
his
be.
brother.
But he doesn't know that.
Yeah, she should have just said, "I didn't kill your brother."
Yeah, she didn't say
Your
anything.
brother's
Mhm.
wife shot him with a gun protecting me.
Yeah, and all he walks into
When
is
he
like,
was
fuck
protecting
your
me.
family.
Right.
And she's like,
So
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
the mother comes in and she's like, it fires an arrow at her, misses. He's like, in my defense, it's been a while. She runs out the bride, and the bride is like, because at this point the bride has gone through a transformation because she's overpowering the father, she's overpowering the mother. And this is why I say she doesn't have that badass moment. Yes, she does have that badass moment. She starts transforming after she punches the kid.
She only goes on to the defensive though. Like I wanted her to go
No,
on the
she
offense.
went on the fucking offensive. She went after the fucking husband. She straight up went after
She's
him.
running away from all of them. She only defends herself.
Does she run away from the husband when the husband goes, "You're just a sacrifice. I'm gonna fucking do it right now, here, bitch. I don't need that sacrifice table." And he goes towards her, and she goes towards him, and they fight.
The lamp.
And she hits him with a fucking lamp.
But she's running away.
No, she's not running. She ran towards him and hit the fucking lamp.
Because he cornered her. He charges her and she hits him with the lamp. But she's trying to run away the whole time.
And then she runs to this other room. The mother finds her,
Attacks her, and then she defends herself again, and she defends herself
jumps
again,
at her,
and then
but
defends.
but it was such
I
a
give you that,
confident
yes.
punch. No, it was confident fighting. She's a much better fighter
Yeah,
at this
she
point
is.
than the
She's a
fucking
better
mother.
fighter, but
So
it's
then she
defense.
beats the shit out of the mother, and then you see, her face get fucked up, and you're like, oh, mother's dead.
Mother's dead, yeah.
And then that's when her husband sees who's been trying to help her and who's been chained to the bed because the family might kill him later if she survives or let him join the family if she doesn't. He sees that, and he just saw his friend die, a brother die in his arms, and who had protected him all his life.
Yep. And
And he goes crazy, grabs her head, and he's like, you think it's a loving embrace, but it's not. He's starting to hurt her. She's like, you're hurting me. And what happens, Joe? What happens to him? How does she get out of that?
She doesn't. They go back into just a regular table and said, fuck it, we're going to
She's like, she's in
take her
here.
in here. And then the whole family
He turns
starts
on
to-
her.
They
I don't-
had her on this fucking table twice. The first time where they were going to be
She's
like,
ruthless.
hail Satan, and then bleh. And I'm like, oh, God. At first, I thought this guy was having a heart attack, and I was like, this is the tropiest fuck. This is back when I was hating the movie, right?
yeah.
But they cough up blood, and it turns out that Daniel had poisoned everybody with the ritualistic, blood that they're drinking.
Yeah.
And then my love, whatever the fuck they're saying, I don't know, all fucking devil speak.
Yeah.
And then it's shalabam, shalalo is what they're saying.
Kalima.
Kalima. Then they start throw up, and you're like, wait, what's going on? It's poison. But it's not poison that kills them. It's poison that's going to make them shit a lot.
Yeah.
It's still his family.
He gave them what he said
Yeah,
was a
but
bunch
they
of hydrochloric acid. It was just like bullshit. If you're
No.
drinking hydrochloric
You're
acid,
dead.
your mouth is going like, what the fuck? Like,
You're fucking dead.
It's not- yeah.
And you don't know what the fuck. You're like, no.
You could-
Right?
you
It
could-
made no sense.
Well, you could
and then
kinda
everybody
see
at that moment was like, ugh, and then she escapes.
Well, you could see the other guy. I don't know what that.
The
one of
idiot husband,
he,
yeah.
He drinks. He's like, oh, this is gross, and keeps passing it. So,
yeah, but he didn't go, oh, this is literally burning the surface of my tongue off because it's hydrochloric
he had to
acid.
drink it because he's in a cult.
whatever, Joe. You know it doesn't make sense, and there's so many of these logic holes in the film that you're like, you could have easily called that a different liquid. You could have easily plugged all these holes, right? That's what me and Alex are seeing. Anyway, she gets off the table, runs, and then later on she's on the table again, and this time it's her husband. Hail Satan! And he actually says it, and he actually stabs her, but she's able to, like, what does she do?
She moves at the right
punches
time,
somebody at
and
the
then
right
she gets
time.
stabbed in the
And
shoulder.
she gets stabbed in the shoulder. And she doesn't die, and then you see the light, and you're like, oh, shit, it's dawn. And she gets in the corner, pulls it out. She's like, come on. And at that point, she's a good fighter, but she's fucked up as shit. And they're like, and then that's when, well, we already told you.
Everyone starts exploding.
Everybody starts exploding. And I was like, whoa. I was like, I fucking love it. I fucking hated it. Nah, I fucking love it.
Yeah, the entire time I was like, nah, there's not really a real cult. It's like nothing's gonna
They
happen.
told
only
you
reason
midway
why-
in the film. They literally said, I know I've said it before, and the father said, this couple died, this one didn't show up and they died, these people showed up and they died, these
Yeah,
people
but
showed
he
up.
doesn't spell it out.
Yeah,
He
just
does
hinted
talk
at
about
it,
maybe two different sets of family members.
that burst into flames randomly, and then the other one
That's
just
not what he said.
spontaneously
He
died.
did not say they burst into flames randomly, Alex. It was a
we
story that
could
their
fix
house
this
was
if we
on
watch
fire.
this again.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it again, Alex.
Well, the idiot guy says, I thought they died in a house fire. He's like, no,
Yeah.
that's what the media wants you to think.
Yeah, but they died, he said.
Yeah.
But they don't say, yeah, but they exploded and the devil is real. He just like, they're dead.
Yeah, they were
Ne-
They
doing
think the
hints.
devil is real enough that they've murdered, what, 3 women that night?
Shut the fuck up, Alex. He's the only one that thinks it's real because the whole point is like the fat guy's like, I don't really want to
And
do
the
this.
sister.
I don't know if this shit is real. So ha ha.
Not only
This
do
shit is
all
not
of them
real.
know it's real,
Nobody knows it's real except for except for him.
the father, the mother, the aunt,
aunt.
the Alex, the husband of the woman that is getting stabbed, thinks it's real enough to turn on her right
Yeah.
before fucking dawn. So
See,
they all
he did
fucking
come
know the
back.
devil is
I
real.
thought, but they implied that it was all accidents. But I guess
No, he came back because he was still scared.
Yeah, he
Like,
didn't want to
he-
fucking die.
Yeah.
And he's been told that the devil's real forever. He saw that he's the only person in the family that ever saw the devil. The only one. He saw the devil when he was 5 years old.
sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
Right.
So he knows the fucking devil's real. So it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, why
But I
was he
didn't-
acting? Maybe he thought it was just a
Hallucination.
hallucination.
No,
of
no,
ghosts.
it was just a clever
So,
ploy by
but-
the director
no,
to trick us into
Alex,
thinking.
Well, then that
Am I-
just actually justifies his turn. If he knows that it's the devil, then in that last 10 minutes, when he turns, he realizes, oh shit, this is real.
But he knew that when he was 5,
no,
and he's
he wasn't-
35.
He wasn't certain. I don't know.
It's a clever thing. The concept of the movie was fun. You may
The
go and
ending
have
was fun.
if you have a couple beers, you'll love the ending. You just have to suffer through like miserable dialogue and like really juvenile comedy because there was times this one maid gets crushed in the dumbwaiter and it's the dumbest
That's
scene in the movie.
point. Thank you for
I don't
bringing
know
that
what
up.
the fuck she was doing.
That was the
You didn't
stupidest
like that
fucking
scene
mo-
too? You have to admit that was
yeah,
stupid.
I don't know what the fuck she was
I turned to
doing.
Joe. I said, "That is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen." So she as she's running around the house, she opens a dumbwaiter, and the maid is in there. She's like, I'm not even a real maid. I just worked here just yesterday. I don't know
Yeah.
what these people are doing. He just liked the way I dance." And then she's like, "Okay, let's get out of here." And I guess she wanted to hide in there instead of her hiding, or
think
what?
No,
so.
we'll escape together.
We'll escape together.
Yeah.
So she's like, get out. But then she's like, no, she's over here, thinking that maybe she'll get out by, using the family in order to tattletale on her and she'll get out. And she's like, no, don't say that. And then somebody accidentally hits
No, the maid
button.
purposely
She did.
the maid purposely hits
She
the
did
button.
because she's like, she's over here.
And she tries to close the
even
thing,
worse.
and she like gets
That's
stuck,
even worse.
and so her arm and her head are stuck outside this
No,
dumbwaiter.
but it's like at any point she could have put the rest of her body
Yes,
in or it came
yes.
out, and that was the stupidest part. She's just hanging out there, and she feels the door coming out, and she's like, "She's over here! Oh no! Oh no!"
It was bad.
I was like, That is the stupidest fucking. I hate it. And at this moment, I was like, "This is a fucking 2 out of 10." This is like,
No.
yes, it
Yes.
was, Joe. At that moment, I was like, I cannot wait to get home and rip this piece of shit apart because it was just falling apart.
It was
and then
so
by the end,
Yes, that
you
was a
can't
stupid
even
death.
excuse how stupid that part was. You
I
can't.
know that was a stupid death. That one was. I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
If it was an absurdist comedy, if it was, what is the Thanksgiving or where
Maybe if she would have been like holding her and then pressing the button, but like
right?
that would have been.
Or they
better
were
or
having a
something, but-
fight or
Yeah,
something. They could have done
else.
anything.
It's like
That's what
I
I'm saying.
can't believe you said that. Fuck you. And they
So
crush
many
her.
different times in this movie, you could have just had a script doctor. Remember our script doctor segments? This film needed a script doctor to make everything tighter and make everything make sense, and it would have been a far superior film.
For sure.
I could have rated this shit. How much I liked that ending in that third act, well, part of the third act, is like a 10 out of fucking 10. If they had done the rest of the film at that level.
I would be probably like an 8 or a 9 out of 10, just based on like the rough story. Like when you storyboard this out, you're like, man, I love it. I love the concept. I love the fact that we've got this ending where like the devil's fucking real and people are exploding. There's cool things along the way, but every individual part was so bad all the way through, and I was just probably so far gone by the time that you started picking up that I wasn't willing to jump back in the film, because he spent an hour and a half. This is a long movie. It's like 2 hours long, right?
Yeah.
It was an hour and a half.
I don't know. But I did want to get to the other part where characters are teleporting. So anyway, the butler finds her in the forest, which is fucking impossible. All of a sudden, this forest turns into a goddamn golf course where it's just a wide open area.
Yeah.
And this stupid bitch walking in the fucking open
In a white
so
dress.
of course he's gonna see her.
Ghost.
And then the car's and he's like, ha, I got her this time. And he loves classical music, so he's trying to run her down, doesn't run her down, comes out, they start fighting. And she's like choking him. She gets the upper hand. She beats a fucking man, and just like fucking who is twice her size, and she doesn't finish the job. The gun falls out of his hand. She doesn't pick up the gun to defend herself. So stupid, goddamn shit. And then she gets in the car to run away, and you're like, okay, she's gone. She's got the fucking car. But no, she hits a goddamn OnStar button, and she's like, help me, they're trying to kill me. And then
I knew that was
Justin
gonna
is on the other
happen.
like, man, this is Justin, how you doing? And he clicked it on his computer.
I knew that was gonna
What's
happen.
going on, man?
Stupid movie.
Oh, this thing has been reported stolen, so I've got to turn off your car now, man. She's
Who?
like, I'm being chased. I'm being
Who
chased.
reported it
I
stolen?
thought about that. It was probably the butler. He had a cell phone. Done.
Bullshit, he had a fucking cell phone. We don't
don't
ever
know.
see that. And it was stupid. It was convenient for the plot's sake.
It
That's
was,
called
it
trope.
was.
That's called bullshit writing. That's called weak ass fucking writers. Anyways,
defending this movie.
anyways, so and then they get on the little cell phone, and all the family is letting this one butler guy do it. Even though they all think they're going to explode, according to Alex, they let the butler go out by himself into a massive forest to find her instead of helping him. But no, they're all sitting in their fucking rich fucking area and drinking fucking tea and eating caviar, and they're like, good job, bring her back. And then they realize
It's
she's
rich.
getting up in the background, and she uses her binds to fucking punch him.
But he's listening to Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture, and it's getting to the fucking good part. The cannons are coming, and then he gets kicked in the fucking
See,
head till
that's
he
a good
dies.
part.
But getting kicked
No.
in the head, what is he, jerk the fucking wheel like that? He gets kicked in the head twice. Anyway,
Well, the golf course turned back into a forest, by the way.
right?
Yeah.
And then the car's spinning, and they're watching on the cell phone. They're like, she's behind you, and he can't fucking
Because the
hear him.
cannons are coming.
And he's and then the fucking car flips.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got an overturned car. She gets out of it, and she's like, okay, she's free. She's going to get out of here. But it just so happens that Daniel, who was there in the fucking in the house, all of a sudden teleports way over here without a car in an instant. And he was like, oh, I just wanted to
quiet
get away
place.
from everybody, right? I don't think he was actually in the video, but I just wanted to get away from everybody. But apparently he was there, just right smack dab
Well,
where
the
that
dad
car
teleports.
Anyways,
Yes.
so then they have this dramatic scene where it's like, I'm gonna shoot. She's like, no, you don't want to kill me. You don't want to kill me. And then he's like, yes, I do. And you're like, oh, fuck, he's gone too. But it's only because the dad is hiding behind the tree, and he probably knew the dad was hiding behind the tree, so the dad actually fucking teleports. If you want to wave away, no, Daniel wasn't in the video, and he was out walking, and he heard the car, and he ran over there, but then slowed down. Then the dad fucking teleports.
Yeah.
Because he was on the video, and he's so relaxed. Now he's there, and they take her, and then that's when they're about to hail Satan, and
There's a
Daniel
ton of
poisons
blood.
them.
Poison.
But he had to lie again so that his father sees that he's still a part of the family so that he can poison the drinks later. So, that's it, guys. There's so many fucking logic and plot holes, and it makes you angry during the first and second acts unless you're like Joe and you're used
Not
to...
angry, yeah.
Unless you're if you're like Joe and you're used to Z-grade movies where all the acting sucks, all the writing sucks, and it's just for the concept, then you're used to it. Then that third act picks up. When does it actually turn around? I think when she makes it to the barn for the first time, she makes it out of the house to the barn, and one of the little kids is outside of his bed. He's not supposed to be there, but he's there, and he shoots her in the fucking hand. Little shit, and punches the fuck out of the little kid.
Yeah.
Gets knocked out. Then God damn it, she falls into the... I hate that part, but she falls into the thing, and then that's when it turns into a trauma film, when she's like, ah, ah, and then... and then the rest of that, I was like, yeah, little things here and there, but it was good from that point on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's it. Otherwise, we're going to be arguing about this film for a while. So,
Probably.
thank you guys so much. And I actually kind of do want to re-see it, but I think I'm going to be on Alex's side if I rewatch it.
Nah.
And
Just have fun with
Joe
it. Go
loves
watch
it. I'm conflicted. Alex hates it. All right? So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Bye, guys.
Make sure you like and subscribe if you liked, but subscribe anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and check out the link below for some cool merch.
Mm-hmm.
See you guys next time.